Let's talk about the who, what, why, where, when and how. And how we can use these questioning words to create that interaction, okay, in the exam when we're answering questions. So these are all words that you should all be familiar with. These are bog standard sort of questioning words. Yeah, who, what, why, where, when and how. Now, how can you use these words in your answers? Well, in exactly the same way as you would use, say, have and do to create questions as statements as part of your answers. So, for example, with what, okay, perhaps you're talking about, I don't know, what could you be talking about? Perhaps in part 1 or even in part 2, you might be talking about something you have experienced or done. And, you know, perhaps you're describing an amazing experience or something that you think was really interesting. You might just simply say, what do you think? Do you think that's a good idea? What do you think? Now, again, don't expect for the examiner to have a detailed conversation with you. The examiner's not going to do that. The examiner might just interact with you through non-verbal communication. You might hear a yes or a no or I don't know. Yeah? Okay. Why? You know, why? Why would anyone do that? Yeah, it's a question, but it's also a statement. You see? Why would anybody want to take the IELTS exam? Yeah? It's a question, but it's a statement. Yeah? So, why, for example? Maybe you are talking about dangerous sports. A question as I say, why would anybody want to take the risk of jumping out of an aeroplane? It's a question, but it's also a statement. So you can create lots of different statements with the who, the what, the why, the where, the when, and the how questioning words. Yep. Learn how to use them to create statements that are questions. And integrate, you know, don't integrate a question into every answer that you give, but at least integrate maybe 2 or 3 questions into your entire exam. Okay? Notice how I use okay to ask you a question. It's another very, very simple, easy way to integrate a question into something that you're saying, into a dialogue, into a speech. Yeah, it's a statement, but it's also a question. Okay? And you can use okay as well. Why not? Why not? That is another one. I keep coming up with different examples. Why not? It's a question, it's a statement. Yeah? You should go to Paris. Everyone should go to Paris. Why not? What's the reason not to go to Paris? Yeah? These are very, very natural ways to communicate and to interact with people. Start learning and start practicing integrating questions as statements within some of your answers for your IELTS exam.